The purpose of this video is to inform students and parents about the Blairsville-Saltsburg School District's one-to-one computing initiative and review the expectations and responsibilities of students and parents. The focus of the one-to-one iPad initiative at the Blairsville-Saltsburg School District is to provide tools and resources to the 21st century learner. Excellence in education requires that technology be seamlessly integrated throughout the educational program. The individual use of iPads is a way to empower students to maximize their full potential and to prepare them for college and the workplace. According to studies and school reports, students who use a computing device in a one-to-one educational environment are more organized and engaged learners, attend school more regularly, advance their knowledge and understanding of technology, and become constructors and designers of information and ideas. The iPad is a next-generation device that meets the demands of our students and teachers, making teaching and learning more engaging, accessible, and dynamic. Welcome to the Blairsville-Saltsburg iPlan. Over the past year and a half, our small rural school district has sought to do something big, something dynamic in order to meet the demands of our teachers and students and their uses of technology in the teaching and learning process. Our vision and mission statements were crafted to meet our unique needs as a small district in uncertain fiscal times, yet reflect bold, dynamic goals for promoting lifelong learning and developing graduates with the skills and knowledge that the global marketplace and workforce demands. After collaboration between our team and Apple, this is the iPlan. Transforming learning and promoting innovation using dynamic tools and practice. Our learning community chooses to become critical, innovative thinkers, collaborate with others to solve real-world complex issues, generate content that makes a difference in our learning and instruction, become ethical, responsible digital citizens, promote equity regardless of ability level or socioeconomic status, increase student engagement, and pave our own learning path. Now to the good stuff, what everyone will be receiving: an iPad 2, a gumdrop protective case, and a power adapter and cable. It is important to note the cost of the equipment you will be receiving, as these costs represent the replacement value you would be responsible for if you damage or lose your device. The iPad you receive this year is the same iPad you will receive each year for the remainder of your high school career. iPads will be collected at the end of each school year for servicing. After much debate and consideration, our district decided to develop this initiative for our students in a way that allows them to harness the full potential of the devices they will be using. The responsibility model is just that. Students will be afforded tremendous freedoms in comparison to other education one-to-one initiatives across the country, and will be expected to take advantage of this individualized approach to enhance their learning experience while committing to using the device with the highest sense of ethics and in only the most appropriate ways. For example, students will be given the freedom to purchase and download their own apps for their own use. After many infrastructure updates in preparation for this initiative, the district has developed the capabilities for students to take advantage of tools beyond the device itself. These tools include, but are not limited to, the following: school wireless access, links to school resources, printing capabilities, passcodes, setting updates, and app deployment. Each student will receive a Gmail account that is established and monitored by the district. This Gmail account should be utilized for the purposes of communicating with teachers and students to complete related coursework and used to set up other accounts, including your Apple identity. To take full advantage of these tools, a student's Apple ID is one of the most critical, powerful, and individualized tools that the district will provide. The Apple ID will act as somewhat of a gateway to maximizing the student's use of their iPad, including access to iTunes, iBooks, iCloud, iMessage, FaceTime, and the App Store. Students are permitted to use iTunes gift cards with their accounts to purchase apps that they would like to use for school-related purposes. From time to time, your teacher may also provide you with redemption codes to access resources for your iPad that will enhance your learning experience in their classes. The Apple ID is essential for accessing these resources as well. To begin, we are excited to provide each student with the following apps on their iPad: Keynote for presentations, Pages for word processing, Numbers for spreadsheets, iMovie for video editing, and Goodreader for file management. These apps represent just the beginning of the student's experience and exposure to applications that will allow them to go beyond being consumers of presented content to generating their own. While the Blairsville-Saltsburg School District firmly believes in the educational value that this technology will provide, it is important to understand that the use of this technology is a privilege, not a right. Students will have the ability to use these devices at home, referred to as the at-home privileges, as well as during the school day. Please see the full Blairsville-Saltsburg School District iPlan information packet for more specific details. With privilege comes responsibility. Therefore, let's review what you need to know and follow as an ethical, responsible user of this exceptional technology. First, iPads are issued and registered to an individual student and should primarily be used by that student and family. We encourage parents to share and use the device with their children at home as a way to gain a better understanding of the value of the tool, to see how your child is using the tool to complete schoolwork, and to monitor your child's communications and use of the device. Next, iPads and accessories must be returned to the Blairsville-Saltsburg School District if the student is no longer enrolled in the district. And iPads should never be left in an unlocked locker, including locker room facilities, an unlocked car, or any unsupervised area. Jailbreaking an iPad or attempting to repair an iPad will void the Apple Care warranty, is not permitted, and will result in additional consequences. All originally installed apps, as well as the apps pushed out from the server, are not to be deleted from the iPad. Outside devices, including Wi-Fi hotspots, are prohibited on campus. Because there's only a 16 gigabyte limit, priority for data storage must be given to those apps and purpose directly related to an educational purpose. You also will become skilled in the use of your Apple ID and cloud storage to manage your information given limited storage on the device, along with priority given to your textbooks and other course resources and the space that they consume. Personal use of the iPad at school is permitted only with the teacher's permission. Playing games and music when asked not to would constitute insubordination and will be handled according to school policy. Students are also responsible for keeping the battery charged for school each day. Just like not forgetting your pencil or your book in eras gone by, you are responsible for coming to school with your iPad fully charged each day. When fully charged, these devices can last up to 10 hours on a single charge. To ensure the continued availability and use of your device, it is in your best interest to take steps, in addition to the ones taken on your behalf by the district, to protect your device as much as possible. Following requirements and recommendations will assist you in meeting this end. All students will be required to have a passcode. The passcode can be reset on our local server. It also helps to prevent unauthorized access to your device. You should also never share your passcode with any other students. A passcode acts much in the same way as a key code lock on your cell phone. Many cases were tested by the district, and this particular case provided the very best protection given the daily demands in a school setting by students. This case also represents a significant financial investment by the district to help you protect this device. For this reason, you are required to maintain the case you were issued on your device at all times. Find My iPad is a free app that locates missing iPads. Always remember that you should always report a lost or stolen iPad to your principal and the local authorities immediately. iCloud is a data backup that stores your music, photos, documents, apps, and more online. It can also sync to other devices. You can back up to iCloud at iCloud.com. And there are other workable alternatives, including Dropbox and WebDAV.
With iCloud, when you buy a song on one device, it instantly downloads to all your others. Take a picture here, and it shows up there. Start a project in one place, and pick up right where you left off in another. Capture the moment here, and it's waiting for you there. Make a change on this, and it updates on that. And with iCloud, it all works automatically and wirelessly. So you always have the things you want exactly where you want them.
Students will receive training and instruction on the use of these and other data storage solutions during orientation sessions before receiving their iPad, and from individual teachers using these solutions as part of class requirements. All malfunctioning iPads should be taken to the help desk as soon as possible for an evaluation of the equipment. The help desk is available in each building library for issues, questions, etc. Loaners are available for repairs only, not forgotten devices. And please do not attempt to repair the device yourself. At each high school, the library will act as a resource center or help desk for students to solicit help. If the library is not staffed at the time of your visit, there will be a way for you to fill out a help ticket so someone can get back to you and assist you. As a reminder, damage, theft, or loss should always be taken directly and immediately to the principal's office. In an era of dynamic social media and tools, it is important that you differentiate between the use of media on your own time, on your own devices, and the high levels of etiquette you will be expected to utilize at all times while using this district-issued device. You should also remember that this is a school, which means the use of school property or the network is a privilege. You should always remember to use school-appropriate sites, apps, and content, and you will definitely be held responsible for what you say or do. This is also a community, which means you should report suspicious or offensive behavior. You should stop and think before communicating, and you should always show respect for other people and their ideas. Finally, get permission to use work that is not your own. And students, you should also remember that this is your life, which means you need to protect your privacy by limiting what you share. Always keep your information secure by using passwords. And on the internet, there is definitely no delete. Everything you do leaves a digital footprint. There are a few rules of etiquette that you can follow to make sure that you are professional in everything that you do. First, please do not use school email for any mass forwards. You also should not use all capitals for when you're typing a message. It really sounds like you're shouting. You should always use the subject line in an email. And don't use text speak, or people may not really understand what you're saying. And always think before you send. Your messages are not private. When you are engaging in discussions or comments in class, please don't post any anonymous comments. Also, you should remember to attack the ideas, not people. And make sure you have a valid information before posting. Please don't use vulgar or offensive language, and don't post any secure, sensitive, or private information. To avoid copyright infringement, please be sure to cite your sources, including any images that you use. Always look for Creative Commons or the Fair Use media. When in doubt, ask the owner for permission. Any unauthorized distribution of copyrighted material using a school device or network is prohibited. Now that you are aware of the tools available to you, your expectations as a user, how you will be held accountable to those expectations, you are obviously excited and wondering what I need to do to get my hands on my iPad. Over 2 to 3 small group sessions with the district implementation team, students will be guided through the process of establishing email, Apple ID, and other accounts, as well as reminded of the expectations our students will be held to as responsible, ethical users of these devices. For detailed specifics of these expectations, please review all of the following documents contained within the Blairsville-Saltsburg School District iPlan information packet. In order for students to receive their iPad, the 2 signature pages at the end of this packet are to be signed by both parents or guardians and the student and returned to the school. We believe that our partnership with Apple is able to bring us into the new era of education.
The iPad has all of the world's learning in it. And access to that at your fingertips seems to open up some new door to some new knowledge. It transforms you.
Chicago Public Schools is the 3rd largest district in the U.S. The iPad has created enthusiasm and excitement in our classrooms here at CPS. It's something that you can hold in your hands. It's not heavy. All of the applications, the access to the internet, the research that can be done, being able to outfit so many of our kids with a low-cost machine could be a real advantage for a district.
I have some students that are struggling with learning their letters and sounds, and with the SuperY app, for example, they're able to hear the letter, trace the letter, so there's a lot of repetition that's helping them catch on. One letter? E. E. They're spelling words that I didn't think they knew how to spell, and I'm always like, wow, who spelled that? Like I did. Yes.
We make apps for early childhood through grade school that are both engaging and educational. We felt SuperY was a natural fit for the iPad. And it's a great tool for learning how to read, learning how to write, to help kids get engaged in the learning anytime, anywhere, and the iPad makes that possible.
Hi, I'm Emma. I'm in 8th grade, and the Elements app got me more interested in chemistry. I thought science was boring, chemistry just wasn't fun, it didn't make sense. But I got this app that's not written like a normal textbook. It's interactive and it's written like in a more kid-friendly way. I am a visual learner, and when I can really see the element, it helps me because then I can really visualize how it's used in everyday life.
Emma's able to go to the iPad and figure out her own learning style and her own needs and which app best meets those needs. The iPad has helped Emma learn. It's kept her engaged, and I think it's excited her.
Using the Elements app for my iPad is not required, it's not homework, but it's just fun to do, and it's extra learning. And I got an A+ in science.
My name is Malik Burnett. This is my 3rd year in medical school. I think the future of medicine is going to be not so much how much knowledge you can hold in your head, but how much knowledge you can put your hands on and access at any given point in time. The iPad expands the creativity and intellectual curiosity of students.
As a neuroscientist and as a medical educator, one of the challenges that I saw students facing constantly was just the breadth of the information that they had to master, and they had to master it so quickly. The iPad allows the student to compress 50 pounds worth of books and cards and atlases into a single application that they can carry with them. It allows students to customize that content for their own learning needs and give them a really personalized learning experience.
Instead of having to buy a new textbook every year, you can just download the most up-to-date content in real time. They write another chapter, you just download that chapter, replaces your old chapter. The iPad changes fundamentally the way I learn. It's kind of like my portable knowledge base. It makes life a whole lot simpler.
I am surprised by how much in a short period of time the iPad has changed how I teach. I use it literally every day. It makes the learning, I think, more accessible to the students.
We use it a lot in terms of having to pull up the internet, looking up articles, things that are relevant to what we're learning in class, the terms that we're looking up through the book. It has engaged me in the class, and it has improved my learning a lot because, it's information at your fingertips.
I can, on the Inkling text, leave notes to them. It's overlaid on the content. They immediately see those notes that I leave, and they can refer back to that.
All of my experience in higher education, which totals up to almost 50 years, I've never seen anything that changed the landscape the way this has. The iPad has transformed the way our faculty are looking at learning and looking at how they transmit knowledge. It is going to make the biggest difference in the way students acquire, interact with, and use knowledge. It's a little bit like the Oxford English Dictionary must have been greeted when it first was published, and people say, oh, look at this treasure trove, or an encyclopedia. And they're both in the iPad at your fingertips. Now you have something that goes beyond anything that people could have imagined.
This initiative has been about empowerment, meeting the demands of our teachers and students, and leveraging technology to achieve these goals, rather than any specific device. However, there is little debate as to our selected device, the iPad, being the most technologically advanced, individualized, dynamic learning tool available today. We are very proud of our partnership with Apple and the prospects of our students and families being afforded the very best.